Hey everybody, this is Jesse B. Gilmore, agency transformation coach and founder of Niche in Control, creator of Leverage for Growth.
And I'm Lucas James, founder of Twiz.io, which scaled from $0 to $200,000 a month with my own agency.
We are the hosts of Leverage for Growth podcast agency leverage episodes. We know that in order to scale your agency successfully, there are multiple shifts that need to happen within the founder's mindsets, skill sets, and leadership styles. We are on a mission to interview marketing and PR agency owners on their journey to 6, 7, and 8 figures and leverage the lessons from their journey to save you time, energy, and money in order for you to get your agency to the next level. If you find value in these episodes, watch the case study video to learn more about Leverage for Growth and how we successfully scale agencies quickly at nicheincontrol.com/case study. That's nicheincontrol.com/case study. You are now listening to Leverage for Growth. Hey everybody, this is Jesse B. Gilmore, founder of Niche in Control and creator of Leverage for Growth. Welcome to the Agency Leverage Edition. Today I am here with Marshall Nyman, founder and CEO of NYMO & Co., an affiliate agency on a mission to provide superior affiliate management with a brand-first approach through developing brands and strengthening their identity, high-value partnerships, and offering affiliate services at a reasonable rate. Thanks for coming to our show today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate that intro.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about the history and background of your agency?
Yeah, I got started in the affiliate marketing space back in 2011 and always kind of knew I wanted to go out and do my own thing, and just started from kind of just on a side project, helping a brand with their affiliate marketing, and never really thought much of it. And that's really how the agency was started. And then as time progressed, I started to notice something was there, and then it blossomed into a full-grown business outside of just being a consultant on one brand. And it really just didn't happen overnight. It really took a lot of time. And my intention when I started the business was to never actually go into business. It was really just to make a few extra dollars on one or two brands and not think much about it and just focus on my full-time job. But as the company started to grow, the pandemic definitely changed a lot of things in the marketing landscape, and people were rushing to get affiliate marketing services. And so the agency just started to grow overnight. And so what we do is we're on a mission to help brands drive new customers through content placements with publishers. So maybe you're reading a top 10 article, or maybe best sandals for summer, or maybe it's how to clean your cast iron skillet, whatever these different questions that you're typing into Google, you're interacting with these articles. We're helping our brands get placed in there, and everything is paid on a commission basis. So no big upfront budgets required. It allows people to run on a performance basis. And it's a great channel to kind of dip your toe in and really gain new customers and drive scale.
Awesome. And you had talked about, over a decade since the forming, and you talked about, it started off as kind of a consultancy and something you were doing on the side. And then all of a sudden, kind of the environment opened up for a full scale agency. Can you talk a little bit about some of those kind of pivoting moments where you're like, okay, starting off as a consultant, now something's happening where it's going to be a little bit bigger. What was the kind of like that aha moment, or, those kind of pivots?
Yeah, I would say that the key pivot was probably about 3.5 years into the business. So up until that point, it was always just one client, maybe two. And it was always like, just me. And then in 2020, in August, my wife was expecting our second child. And I was also working a full-time job. And so I just couldn't manage everything on my own. And then a few new clients came on board, and I was just like, okay, this is no longer something I can do on my own. I need to bring on somebody to help me manage this, because I still had my regular job. And so that was really kind of like what changed it from just being a consultancy to really becoming an agency. And that was that kind of that aha moment. And it was, as I said earlier in the first comment, like the pandemic was a driver. Everybody started saying, hey, affiliate marketing is something I need to take a look at. Facebook isn't working the same way. Direct to consumer is exploding. What are other channels that we can tap into? So that really kind of forced the aha moment. And so I knew that at some point I was going to have to leave my full-time job to work on my own business. I just didn't know when that was. And that was about 2 years later before I was ready to make the leap full-time.
Awesome. And you've probably learned a lot going from being an employee to, do you have people working for you? Are you an employer now?
Yep. We have full-time employees. So it's a big change. And, it's definitely, you have to shift your whole mindset. You're used to kind of taking direction and just showing up. And now you're kind of having to lead the charge. And there's just so many things you have to learn as a business owner that you don't really know. And I think that's kind of what I used the time from when I started the business to when it kind of had that aha moment to when I actually was able to go. There was a lot of things that I needed to do in order to get the business in a place where I could leave my regular job. I needed health insurance, I needed to be profitable, getting all these things in place, figuring out all these things ahead of time definitely made the transition a lot easier for me too. So I know some people talk about making that leap. I try to make that leap as short of a jump as possible. I knew there was going to be some sort of gap. You're never, 100%, but I figured, I felt comfortable at that point. So it was just kind of building up the business in that time and learning as much as I could. Because that's the one thing as a business owner, you'll realize you don't know as much as you think you do. There's all these things that you have to solve for that you never anticipated.
Yeah. And for those that are listening, what kind of advice would you give to somebody that maybe is in either a pivot going from employee to owning a business? That's one pivot. Or going from like solopreneur to hiring team members and starting to build. Because I know you've gone through both of those transitions and the audience is most likely in one of those two.
Yeah, for me, I kind of did it the opposite way where I had employees before I was an employee of the business. So that was like kind of a little bit different. So I know usually people are working in the business before they start to bring people on. I had to build the business up before I could come on. So that was kind of what I was talking about, is like kind of closing that gap. So I already had employees in place. I had health insurance. I had payroll. These were all things that were going. So when I was ready to actually make the leap, everything was in place. So that's kind of what I would tell everybody else, is if like they're, ready to make that leap, have as many things fixed and ready to go. So that way you don't have to worry about what you need to do when you get there, So I feel like I had a lot of things that I took care of. So I didn't have to learn a lot when I started. And it definitely like made the jump from going from an employee of someone else to employee of myself a lot easier, because it wasn't like I was starting from scratch. So that's really what I feel like, helped me the best. So if I had to give someone advice, just in general, is always the same thing to anybody, is just get started. Everybody gets caught up in the details. I get caught up in the details too. But if you just get started, you can kind of get to where you want to be. If you get caught in the details, you won't get started. When I started the business, I never had a vision. I just got started. That's what made it so easy to get started. So if you have a big vision in the beginning, sometimes it bogs you down. So I think, just going with the flow. And the other thing is there are no shortcuts. I think, you see a lot of culture on LinkedIn of people, hey, I grew this business overnight. And, people will tell, hey, oh, I see you're having a lot of success very quickly. And I'm thinking, I don't feel like I'm having a lot of success very quickly. I feel like I'm having success, but it's taken me a long time to get to this point. People just see things, it's very instant in their mind. So you have to lay the foundation with just getting started, and then just let things happen over time. There's no shortcuts. There's no doing things instantly. The faster you grow, the more challenging it is too. So like everybody wants to grow very quickly, but sometimes you also realize that maybe growth isn't everything. You kind of have to start to balance all these things. So, just kind of being realistic about things and not putting too much pressure on yourself is also important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a whole part of being an entrepreneur, which is a mental game where you're trying to balance a million different things and make it to where you have kind of like this, you can like running a marathon of entrepreneurship.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to take like a mile to walk. You don't have to run every mile, I think. So, the other day took a day off. Entrepreneurship is definitely like a marathon, and, there's a lot of hills and bends, and, you don't know what's going to come every week. We were just talking, it's Monday, we're just getting started, but you don't know what's in hold. And so that's part of being an entrepreneur. You just don't know. So you got to be kind of prepared for anything.
Mm-hmm. So what is kind of success for you over the next like 1 to 3 years? What are you working on and what are you excited about?
Yeah, I mean, really for us, what we're most excited about at NYMO is helping emerging brands grow. So we're not looking for Fortune 500 brands. We're looking for someone that's really just getting their footing and trying to figure out how they can scale up an affiliate program. Most of the brands we work with either have no affiliate program, haven't dipped into the channel, or they do, maybe they haven't really figured out how to run the program. They're doing it on their own, or they had someone that really wasn't experienced and they need someone to come in there and get the program set up. We get a lot of joy out of helping someone that hasn't had the right direction in the affiliate program get that education, understand what they should be doing, and helping them grow. A lot of the brands we've been working with have been partners for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And so when we're looking at where we were when we first started, maybe they were doing $5,000 or $10,000 a month in the account, and now they're doing over 6 figures. It really brings a lot of joy. And it also, you feel like you're part of the team. We're in for the long-term vision of the brand and helping them deliver. So I think just, really kind of diving in, it has really helped us. And so our vision is just to continue to support, those clients, and e-commerce is just continue to grow. More and more direct-to-consumer brands come into market every day. And so we're just looking to continue to serve brands. That's really our goal, is helping people understand affiliate, because it's a very complicated channel. And so you need somebody that understands the channel and is an expert to really be able to get the right partners in there and scale the program up.
Awesome. Well, what's the best way for someone to get in touch with you, or do you have any offers for them that they could take advantage of?
Yeah, well, always the best way to get in touch with me is LinkedIn. You can find me, Marshall Nyman. You can also visit our website, www.nymo.co. As far as an offer, I'd love to offer anybody that's listening to this a free affiliate program audit. If you have a program, not sure where it's at and need some advice, happy to take a look at it and tell you where the gaps are and where we could help you maybe fill in some of those gaps. If you don't have an affiliate program ready, still happy to chat as well. Reach out to me and we can talk about how an affiliate program could be a fit for your business. So yeah, reach out for that audit.
Awesome. And for anybody listening, I'm going to put Marshall's contact details or website and LinkedIn links in the show notes. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks so much. Have a great one, everyone.
Agency owners, if you want to transform your agency to sustain and grow without your direct involvement, where you can stop working in the business and switch to working on the business, where you can regain control of your time, delegate effectively, get paid what you're worth, and have your team run the day-to-day, go to nicheincontrol.com/case study right now to learn more about Leverage for Growth. You can book a free strategy session with us to look at your systems, understand what needs to be done in order for you to scale, and get a free strategic plan for the next year to live the life of entrepreneurship that you've always dreamed about. Go to nicheincontrol.com/case study. That is nicheincontrol.com/case study now.